How do you keep your kids safe? Security Matters was on campus recently spreading the word on what a parent needs to know to protect their kids from the internet. Facebook, Twitter, and online activities occupy a significant amount of time for adults and children alike. While it can be fun, parents need to realize the danger the internet can bring when their children have unsupervised access. Murray State teamed up with CFSB to help parents safeguard their homes from cyber threats and instructed them in how they might identify these threats before it's too late.
We expect them to be able to walk away knowing, especially social media outlets that we have, kind of privacy matters, things that they need to make sure they're regulating on their children's devices, on their smartphones, their children's cell phones, also on their different accounts they have, whether it be their email, their social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, things like that, and just monitoring those.
We want to explain to parents how to let your kids use internet services, let your kids use the web, but not being afraid of some of the bad things that could happen, because the dangers are real, the dangers are there, and as we're seeing, just in the news over the weekend, that the internet and web services can be used by bad guys to hurt our kids.
MSU Telecommunications Systems Management Program called in experts who deal with these issues on a daily basis. Paducah, Kentucky Detective Justin Crowell says it's very important the role that law enforcement plays in educating parents about the dangers online.
Right. I would say that several of the tips, again, may be more principles than anything because every child's different. But the main thing is, I think, would be just for parents to be aware of the problem that does exist, and also for them to be aware of certain steps they can take as far as security settings online, things they can set on Facebook pages, and just basically a good understanding of how their children are communicating online with others.
It's a good idea for parents to adjust the Facebook settings on their child's account so that only child's Facebook friends can see their activity. The internet is a vital tool in today's society, and the idea of keeping your child off the internet is virtually impossible, but perhaps one of the most overlooked security options is open communication between the parent and child.
To protect your kids online, a lot of parents have an idea of I'm going to put in Net Nanny or cyber monitoring software and I'm going to keep you from going to the bad places. Well, kids are a lot smarter than that software ever could be. So kids are going to bypass that software 15 minutes after you put it on the computer. So it's my opinion that parents need to monitor, not block. Be open communication with your kids. Be understanding that your kids want to use the internet, they want to use web resources, but you need to realize that just because you say no doesn't mean they're not going to. So you should watch what your kids are doing. You should be a part of it with them. If your kid's going to have a Facebook account, and remember that Facebook only allows accounts for kids who are 13 years or older. But if your kid is of age and that you want them to have a Facebook account, then you need to be their Facebook friend.
I think that children have a sense of privacy online, and adults do as well, but I think the greatest threat would be that children would use that sense of privacy, would use that ability to communicate with someone privately to discuss things maybe that aren't, they shouldn't be discussing at too early of an age, essentially.
Murray State Telecommunications Systems Management and CFSB want to safeguard your family while online.